News Channel 3 with Cameron Harper and Heidi Fogelson, Mike Chamberlain, Jim Howe, and Royal Norman. Arizona's News Channel, News Channel 3.
A fire that's already claimed 6 lives blazes out of control along the Mogollon Rim. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Moore in for Cameron Harper. Weary firefighters try to get the upper hand on the blaze, which continues to spread about 90 miles northeast of Phoenix.
It's already charred more than 15,000 acres of timber and forced nearly 1,000 people to flee their homes. Michael Haggerty is near the fire. He joins us from Payson with more on how efforts are going there.
Well, Heidi and Mike, the sudden shifting winds have caused this fire now to be a minimum of 5 times larger than it was last night at this time. They have also pushed the boundaries of the fire further east, endangering several communities. From the air, the enormity of the blaze is obvious. It is a 2.5-mile wide, 7-mile long sword of flame and smoke. Since last night, it's been pushing toward Tonto Village, Coles Ranch, and Christopher Creek. Last night, residents of Tonto Village and Coles Ranch were asked to leave. They were let back in this morning, but by noon, the Gila County Sheriff's Office knew it could not let them stay.
How far away is this?
Too close. Too close. When they shoot a plane, the sheriffs, they're going to evacuate. We got about 15 minutes to get out of here, so it won't be long, we'll be out.
But as the families leave Tonto Village with their belongings, a dozen or so firefighters stay behind. Their job is to face down and, if possible, beat back the advancing flames.
We'll start pre-treating the fuels with foamed water and start treating all the area. And we'll just keep on applying water until it gets too close, and then we'll drop back into this area and our safety zone, and we'll just wait it out here then.
This will be the second day in a row some of these men have come face-to-face with the flames. Their charred fire truck is a badge, certifying their survival of the very same firestorm that killed 6 others just inches away from them yesterday.
The fire just went over the top, and they were backing the truck down. And as they were coming down the hill, one of the guys that was backing them out just said, "Screw it, leave the truck here," and they just took off running.
Now, at this hour, we can't tell you how those men did in their attempt to save Tonto Village. We're not allowed in there, and the Forest Service has not provided us with any information about it. We also have an unconfirmed report tonight that fire may have taken the Zane Gray cabin, which is not far from Tonto Village. If that is so, it is certainly sad. A piece of Arizona history is lost, but again, it is a building. In this fire, there have been human lives lost and people hurt.
Arizona's news people. News Channel 3 with Cameron Harper and Heidi Fogelson, Mike Chamberlain, Jim Howe, and Royal Norman. Arizona's News Channel, News Channel 3.
Michael, the fire has taken its toll on those battling the blaze. 5 injured firefighters were brought here to the Maricopa Medical Center's burn unit last night. Tonight, we have learned that 3 of those have been released. 1 is in good condition. The other is still in critical condition. And the fire, as you mentioned, has claimed 6 lives in all. 5 inmate firefighters and a correctional officer. And tonight, that tragedy is being felt throughout the Department of Corrections. A black strip over the badge. Department of Corrections officers are wearing them in memory of those who lost their lives fighting the deadly forest fire near Payson. The inmates who died were volunteers, trained firefighters participating in a work program from the Perryville prison. Only 2 weeks ago, they were fighting a fire near Prescott. They earned 50 cents an hour for this work. At that time, James Denny told us how much the program meant to him.
Man, I've done 18 years in prison, and this is the only time, this is the only program, this is the only time I've ever done anything constructive. So, you know, I got nothing but, you know, this is the best program that ever happened for me or for anybody else that I've seen.
But James Denny lost his life yesterday fighting the Dude Fire. Other victims, Alex Contreras, James Ellis, who is to be released from prison next week, Joseph Chacon, Curtis Springfield, and a 10-year veteran with the Department of Corrections, Sandra Bachman, assistant to the warden at the San Pedro unit. The other inmates on that work crew are back in the valley. They'll be seeing counselors to deal with the trauma of losing their friends.
Channel 3, with Cameron Harper and Heidi Fogelsong, Mike Chamberlain, Jim Howe, and Royal Norman.
They paid the ultimate price to battle the Dude Fire near Payson. And today at Perryville Prison, fellow inmate firefighters paid tribute to their heroic acts. Cater Lee has more on the emotionally charged memorial service today.
Heidi, 5 inmate firefighters and their corrections department supervisor, a small group of people that lived and worked behind the walls of Perryville Prison. But when they took off for the fire line near Payson, they risked it all, and they died heroes.
Brown. Present. Carrillo. Present. Cole. Here. Joe Chacon. Alex Contreras. 6 names are missing from the roll call of the Perryville firefighting crew. On this day, those who knew them in their greatest moments pay tribute.
James Denny did a lot of bad things. Came here and changed his life. Sometimes it takes maybe spirit, church. To him, it was a fire crew.
All I can say is that Curtis died doing the right thing. He made amends. He was a hero.
Flowers, black badges, a plaque with their names inscribed, all symbols of the love and friendship the 6 victims of the Dude Fire left behind. But beyond the sadness of their loss, there is celebration of their lives.
They are no longer held prisoner of their past actions, of their desires, or held captive in human flesh, but are enjoying true freedom.
For Sandy and your fellow inmates, there is peace and rest. They are truly in God's hands.
Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. 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 James Denny.
A fund has been set up to cover the burial costs for the 6 firefighters. Donations should be sent to the Arizona Department of Corrections, 1601 West Jefferson, mail code number 210, Phoenix, Arizona. And Heidi, the Department of Corrections director, has asked Governor Mofford to consider pardons for the 5 inmates who died.
Thank you, Cater.